tools and resources to make it happen.
Right.
Um, you know, like
So that was one thing I wanted to talk to you about was
mhm.
because I know there's a lot of uh, artists out there that want, they've got some lyrics that they've written out and they want to put some songs together, maybe put an album together. Like, what's some good like starter equipment? Like you talked a little bit ago about the broomstick being the first mic stand and the car
Mhm.
speakers being your studio monitors. But
Mhm.
like nowadays, like this camera right here, you can shoot movies that meet the specs that Netflix requires for
Right.
submission. And
Right.
when we were growing up, like if I wanted to make a movie, you
You
couldn't
needed
go out and
film.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Where do you get this camera at?
Yeah.
This thing's a
Yeah.
$50,000. They don't
Right.
sell this at the Walmart in town,
Right.
but now they do, right?
Right.
Or you can order it on Amazon and it'll be there
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Yep.
And so this stuff's
Yep.
becoming so cheap and so easily accessible that now we don't have to wait to grow. We can
No.
just save
Grow.
up a little bit of yeah, and just grow.
Mhm.
Like from an artist standpoint who's got this song written that they're ready to record and they're just waiting for, RCA Records to call them up and go, "Hey man, heard you want to sing. We got a deal for you."
Right.
Like what equipment do you recommend starting with? What's that first step for your own financial investment?
I would say a computer. It all starts there. For me, because that's like the brains of the operation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have to get a computer. I know you're a Mac man. I'm a Windows guy. You know what I mean? So we have this conversation.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, you just need a computer to roll, right?
Yes, yes. That's where I would start. And to get started, you don't need a whole lot to get started, but you will need a computer. I I'm I'm not too familiar with making records on my cell phone and things of that nature. So maybe there's an application out there that you can do with your phone. But for me, I would start with a computer and then get some software. And software you can find some free, like Cakewalk is free. You can get some starter kits for like $100, with software enough to where you can record a song. Now, if you're gonna take it serious, I suggest you go with pro software, the top tier, because like the topic that we're talking about, you're going to grow as an artist, and as you grow, you're gonna outgrow those elements like the starter package with the recording software and things of that nature. But to get started, you have some free ones. You have some very, very inexpensive ones also. Like I'm a Steinberg Cubase guy. Have been since 2000. So their stuff is a little costly, but their starter pack is like maybe $100. I heard they had a free version out there as well, and it's a great application. You're gonna at least need some headphones and an audio interface, a microphone, and a stand of some sort. If you have those things, you can make records and do what you need to do. And I think you can get a setup like that, like low end, you can get it bundled for maybe $250. And that's a bundle of some sort of mic, a pair of headphones, an audio interface. And a lot of times if you buy audio interface, there's some software that's gonna come with it anyway. So you get the software for free and do that. And then I'd start there. If my budget was limited, that's where I would start. Eventually grow into getting yourself a pair of studio monitors so you can better hear what you're doing in your mixes and things of that nature. But you can mix in headphones if your budget is low, or if
Mm-hmm.
you're not sure you want to invest a whole lot of money. 250, $300 will pretty much get you everything you need to get started if you have
Yeah.
a computer. Without the computer, You know, so it's not very expensive at all to get started, but it can become an expensive hobby.
Oh, I bet.
And then it goes from hobby to expensive business. You know, so you know, but that's
Man.
where I would start.
So y'all have no excuses.
Right. 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 And it makes it with post pandemic, making records has become different. People aren't in the studio with each other like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of things are being sent through emails and stuff like that. You can pretty much make records with people all over the world by sending your files through emails. We do it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we do a lot of our work, you know, using emails and stuff like that. So if you have your own, you can pretty much do what you need to do. I don't see why anybody that wants to make music doesn't have a setup of their own of some sort. I don't see. Why would anybody be going to pay to cut records somewhere else? You know, at least get the reference done at home. You know,
like a demo or something.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, whatever file, like, okay, like for example, you and I, we were adjusting your microphone prior to us coming on today and getting the sound levels and things of that nature proper. Outside of something like that, as long as you can get the quality of the audio decent, you can send it to a mix engineer. You know what I mean? That a sound engineer that'll clean it right up for you and whatnot. I wouldn't worry about sound quality so much because, I mean, now granted, you want it to sound great. I'm not saying that you don't, but you don't need to go to the hit factory.
Right.
Cut your records. You don't need to do that. I mean, you just cut like a raw file, no effects on it or anything like that, just a butt naked file, and send it off. The engineer can make it sound magical. You get a good take.
Well, and I would think though, like if you're just starting out, you just went out and bought this starter kit, and you're sitting down to write your song or record your song. I mean, it's going to take a couple songs, I think, until you at least figure out how to do it.
Right.
You know, like you're going to forget where the record button is on the screen. You're going to forget how to adjust the volume. Yep. Your microphone's not going to show up in the software. You're not going to remember how to go into the settings and locate that microphone again. Like there's so much that goes into it that I love the starter kit as a suggestion, because you just got to put the work in to learn the process of recording.
Absolutely.
Right. And that, I mean, that's a job within itself, but then it becomes second nature. You know, like you don't even, it's like playing an instrument. Like you sit down and go, all right, now I want to learn how to play the guitar, and you start thumbing through and you're trying to remember your chords and your fingers are starting to hurt. But then after you get to doing it for a while, you don't even think about what you're doing, and your fingers just perfectly land where they need to go. And you got to get past all that so the writing doesn't get bogged down by, oh crap, I can't remember what button I'm supposed to hit right now. You know?
Yeah. Hell, you don't even need to play a guitar these days.
I know it.
You know, so it's insane. It's insane at how easy it is, but yet I still get people that'll call me, and I ain't mad at you, but they'll call. Show.